In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin, activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin, activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin, activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin, activate, the name is super black.
Hey everybody, we are back with another episode of Blerd's Eyeview. I'm your man, I'm the man on the wall, your host, Chris Fury. What's happening, everybody? Thank you for tuning in for Blerd's Eyeview, back for another live show on YouTube and Twitch. I hope you're enjoying everything we've been bringing to the table. We are starting off this 11th season with a bang. I hope you are enjoying everything that you've done, but you can show your support by going to the YouTube page and giving us a subscribe and hitting that notification bell as well. You can check us out with Otaku Noir, the #1 Blerd blind box mystery company out there. You want to get some of that action, use Blerd's Eyeview for that free shipping code when you get to check out. But we got a good show. When don't we have a good show? I'm not really tooting my own horn. People tell us they like watching us. They like having fun with us. We are the black barbecue you go to after the Montgomery minking. I'm just saying. So, without further ado, let's get this party going. Lady Mandalore was in the building. What's going on? It's not our normal thing, but good Lord, if that wasn't the best Monday ever.
It's Monday. It's been a week so far from me. It's going to be the whole week. Every single time I'm at my office, it's a little hee giggle. I do not care. And I wish they would ask. I want them to ask. Because I'm going to show them the video every time.
Somewhere Vince McMahon is extremely jealous because he's never had a
viewership
match. The viewership in the chair match such as that. He has.
I've been a fan of tables, ladders, and chairs for most of my adult life. That was epic. That was epic.
You'll probably see a little bit of what we're talking about later on. But we have our Griot the horror in the building. What's going on, lady? She's coming in with the elbows ready. She muted? Yeah, she muted. There she is. All right. She's muted. She's muted. You're muted. She's still muted.
I love you. I love you
too. It just brought back DX memories, man.
It was DX memories.
It just brought DX memories, man.
The theme song was, oh my God.
I was waiting for Stone Cold to drive up in a Zamboni. I really was.
Okay.
I'm like, what is going on? Oh my God. We got the ship's engine builder out in this joint. What's going on? The Black Spartan is in the building.
Hey,
he's muted.
It's not me.
It's not me.
It wasn't. I joined Laney. I felt bad. So I figured I'd join Laney.
Whatever.
Although I keep hearing try that in a small town, I keep on responding with bet.
Say less.
I'll pull a Kevin Hart.
I'm gonna lead it with this disclaimer. Blerd's Eyeview doesn't condone violence. However, we are always for the smoke. There's a
And we
difference.
are always for equality.
There it is.
I'm from
Equal ass
Falstaff.
whoopings
Y'all
on
can
it.
equally
I'm
catch this
Falstaff.
ass whooping like anybody else in the
Yes.
goddamn
There you go.
yard.
There you go. And I'm not that person, but I was that person on Sunday.
I
Oh
was
my
told.
God.
I was told, don't start none. Won't
Won't
be
be
none.
none. Exactly.
So,
But I like
oh
to
my
fight.
You want to start something, I can finish it. That's all it is.
She says,
I do like to fight. It's
The
fun.
folding chairs are up, and we want the smoke.
Oh my God. Our very own Navy Montel is joining us today. What's going on, brother?
Hey.
Okay, let me stop because it's been that day. You ever have a day you just want to just punch somebody in the face like you're on the riverfront?
Yesterday.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yesterday.
We saw the symbol.
We call
Bruh.
it
Yeah, we saw
Fadesgiving.
them.
It's called Fadesgiving.
Well, you know what? Since I'm all out of fades, I'm all out of hair. So guess what? I'm passing knuckles like quarters. Let's go.
We got a special guest with us tonight. The founder of Icarus Metro Comics, Calvin Chambers, is here joining us.
Hey.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome.
We're gonna be talking
what
about
is
your
going on,
project, your Kickstarter. You were at DreamCon, correct?
I was at DreamCon and BlerdCon.
Yeah, he was at Blerd. I
Yeah.
synced him.
He was a double hitter
He
too.
was,
That's why your face was so familiar, and I'm like,
he was strolling around.
I know
doing
I
his
saw you
thing.
somewhere.
He was networking.
No.
he was rocking it out.
Because we met again, Navy, at BlerdCon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a busy con season so far. We're going to be talking about everything you've been touching on. Before we do that, we got some news. So what? We're almost 100 days in for the writers and the actors strike, correct? Almost 100 days. Well, Marvel special effects workers have voted to unionize on the heels of the damning closures that's going on. We've been talking about that. There's been a lot of discussion about the special effects and the quality, like the last couple of films. I don't want to say TV shows because it didn't really affect the shows too much, I don't think, but definitely the movies, and we noticed it, and it, we thought they were just being lazy. And, yeah. and
No.
what that say? Hold on. Like, eat the rich. Yes, there it is.
I ain't worried about that no more.
So it really did. It turned out that the special effects artists were just being overworked and probably more likely severely underpaid. And I, just listening to certain conversations over the past couple of weeks about how who's infected, are voice actors affected, are special effects artists affected, animators. The only difference with the animators is because they're a smaller group. It's a little more difficult, to kind of get some footing in the sand, I guess you could say. So, but that's good to know that now studio workers for Marvel Studios have decided to unionize. So now they have a foothold. And we might get that quality we were looking for, prior to what, Love and Thunder.
Yeah, but let enough join. It only takes that one door to be open, and then watch those major animation studios when those graphic artists and writers start joining the fold. That's all it takes.
Yeah, I think they said it was 50 on-set employees filed a petition, voted to unionize. And according to the report by Vulture, a group of 50 employees filed a petition, election to be represented by the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees with the National Labor Relations Board. Workers are asked for the election to be as early as the 21st of this month, which is August.
It's
First time that it's
That's
major.
wonderful to hear. That is wonderful to hear.
That is major. I mean, this strike, the current strike with the writers and the actors, is definitely changing the tide of how other studios and other factions that work behind the scenes of television and film are going to work going forward. Hearing stories like most actors who don't have like $20 million contract deals or whatever, you know, they barely are pulling in $26,000 just, and that's just to cover the health care.
Crazy.
You know, so that's scary, you know, for when you hear about people like, hey, I'm going out to be an actor, and you don't know the back end of what's going on, and that's pretty scary, you know.
When the people who put so much effort and work into creating the settings, the special effects, the sound effects, everything that makes a movie what it is, and they have to hustle to survive. Meanwhile, you have the upper echelon, those sitting at the boardroom who are reaping the benefits, but they're not even thinking twice about the people that are actually giving you that avenue for that revenue, you know. And you have the nerve to be upset because this movie's not going to release. You better be lucky people still want to have anything to do with you in the first place.
Exactly.
That part.
Exactly. I think it's, but like I said, it's definitely changing the tide moving forward. In other news, Donald Glover and his brother have decided to write Lando themselves.
I've seen
I'm
okay with that.
Lady Mandalore is a set of back. I'm knowing her well enough to
that
know.
is very reserved for a face.
Okay, so I love both of those things. I love me some Mr. Glover. I love me some Star Wars, or three things, and Mr. Calrissian. I am nervous with the writing portion.
They're gonna make it a comedy.
I don't want it to just be a comedy. I need Lando to have some drama. I need Lando to be smart, not funny. Like that's not his whole thing. I need him to be debonair and all that good stuff.
I think Glover can pull it off. Glover can write Lando to where we can enjoy it. I think so.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I'm with Kira on that. Anyway. I'm a little nervous about it.
He's got that natural gift anyway, so I'm excited, really.
Right.
But I'm excited for it too, but I'm a little nervous on it.
I'm not saying it's gonna be bad. I'm reserved. I have not seen him be able to write this type of whatever. I can't think of what the theme is. I haven't seen him write under this kind of theme before. I'm sure he can do science fiction. Science fiction is easy, but Lando's different.
Slightly concerned.
It's like Superfly in Star Wars. That's pretty much what it boils down to.
I mean, I'm okay with a little, like, okay. I'm okay with Solo. Solo was not a bad film. Solo was just marketed extremely wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't
better,
bad.
It was
but it wasn't bad.
I agree. It's not bad. It could have been better.
I don't think it was great.
I would also say it was a little bit confusing. Like, even on my end, huge Star Wars fan, you know, episodes 1 to 6 and whatnot. But when I saw Darth Maul in it, I was a little confused because I didn't know that you had to watch the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
The Rebels to understand Han Solo. Now, if they would have told me that, it would have been a little different outcome on my review of the movie.
Yeah. And I think what they were trying to do were, like, you know, kind of honor the prequels a little differently than the original prequels did. You know, with some of the reveals. And I mean, it wasn't, like I said, like Lady Mandalore said, it wasn't bad. It could have been better. It wasn't great. You know, generally, I think that movie came out around, what was it, Memorial Day?
Give or take.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, and the marketing really wasn't like hard punch. I don't know. And I can't remember the actor who played Han Solo. I didn't even have a problem with him.
Can't remember his name.
Yeah, you know, and he's all up for playing the role again. I'm somewhere, even the story wasn't horrible. It was, something was missing, and it might have been, in my opinion, it might have been just like the push.
I think. Thank you. I was about to say the necessity of it.
Yeah.
It's like, why do we need to learn how Solo got the Millennium Falcon when we already know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. A part of me feels a like that with not Andor. Oh God. Rogue One. But I think it was written so much better that it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
Because you can see the same thing about, like, we didn't really need to know that this is why the Death Star had that failsafe or whatever. Yeah. But because it was written so well, I was like, you know what? I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It filled in a hole. It made it. We already knew how important that mission was without knowing any of the details of it, but to see how it all came together, and you had feelings, you developed emotions towards those characters in that one movie. So
it's a nice bookend. It's a nice bookend.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice bookend to tell you, like, oh, and then obviously the Vader reveal. It was. So that was like the cherry on top. You're like, yo.
I mean, that goes without saying, sir.
It was just like, I'm like, oh, this is actually a nice story. I like how this is built up. And then you give me Vader, and it's like, Jesus Christ, I didn't know I needed that.
You got that. You got that scene. That if anything alone, the opening of the Vader scene where it's just like everybody shook, and I forgot who the music composer was for Rogue One, but he got that scene all the way down. Who is it? It's Vader, and just literally, it's a John Wick moment. Like, oh,
yeah, it wasn't John Wick moment. It's Baba Yaga. It was just like
Baba Yaga.
It's a Baba Yaga moment. Miss Marvel. Oh, before we go to that, there was a scene that it was a clip, not a clip. It was a screenshot of Princess Amidala. When they were showing like C-3PO, like when he was in his raw form. There's a scene that they actually cut out that, C-3PO was saying he felt nude. He felt naked, and she was, deciding to help him out, and hence the gold plating and everything else.
Yeah.
But there was another tone to it, and it was saying it was like her and Anakin had a child together that went on to, without their knowledge, really protect their children later on in life. I'm like, when you look at it like that, you're just like, yeah, this is cool. Annie built you, the princess helped, only for you to go back and watch over their daughter, and then watch over their son, and then later on watch over the both of them. It's actually kind of touching.
It is. Although R2D2 could have saved us like 3 movies and would have been like, bruh. R2D2 could have saved us a lot of time and just stopped Luke like, look.
I'm not staying in the car. I'm not staying in the car. Last time I stayed in the car. Shit.
Like, before you go train with Yoka in the Dagobah system, hear me out.
Like, so did they tell you about your daddy? No. Man, look here. I mean, I got the
supposedly they were white, so he doesn't remember that. But
I'm really curious if they did get
he was the greatest keeper of secrets in the movie.
What would R2's voice sound like if he were him? I'm really curious.
Black. He would sound black.
He would be.
He would sound
black. Blackest dude outside of Lando. That's the blackest
Jennifer. Hold up. The mom and blackish. The mom and
blackish. He's the mom.
Jennifer, I can't remember last name.
We knew when he cussed people out in Star Wars. You could tell because it was almost like, did you just say what I think you just?
He caught people on fire in the prequels. I'm like, oh, he would have been in Montgomery on the dock, right?
He was been knocking them down. That's all. Hashtag droids, no F. Anyway.
So yeah, he would have been down there on the docks along with Aquaman and what?
Aquaman.
Lord mercy. Oh God,
Captain America.
That man, Aqualad, because he was so smooth about how he swam over there. That was straight up. He was picking out people in the water.
He got there mad fast.
Yeah.
He got there fast, and he power bombed somebody.
Yeah,
he rock bottomed him. That's what he did. He rock bottomed somebody. I'm like, the energy to swim, get on the dock. Get yourself, lose the shoe because you probably had a clog on, and lose
rage
the shoe.
And adrenaline will make you do things that you didn't think you could possibly do. Okay,
I'm
yeah, Man from Atlantis. Y'all remember that movie? That's all he's been doing.
Oh my God, that was a joy to have. Shout out to Miss Marvel, to the team at Miss Marvel. They were honored with the 2023 TCA Award, which is the Television Critics Association Award. They announced the win on the company website, is the winner of the 23 award in the category of outstanding achievement in family programming.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
That's awesome.
The fact that it got the flack that it did, and we know why, because let's face it, there was nothing other than them changing her from being an inhuman to a mutant, which apparently they wanted her to be a mutant from her actual inception anyway.
Exactly.
You know,
I couldn't get behind Miss Marvel because of them people.
Right.
You know, they couldn't say it, but let's be honest.
We knew what it was. We knew what it was. So that was a good note to see and hear from them. Congratulations to that team. Iman Vellani she's adorable. She's just freaking adorable. Watching her on the red carpets and watching her talk about this, like we talk about comics and stuff. It was just to know when she's like, "Oh no, that's from Earth." I'm like, this she gets it.
The right one.
You know, Kevin Feige's got a sigh like, I know.
Just go with me on this one.
Tafari says yes. Nathan, I think Nathaniel Johnson, I want to say. Yes, is the inventor of the folding chair, and he's up in heaven somewhere smiling.
Man.
So this is how y'all was supposed to be using it the whole time.
Man, when I saw him swinging on that woman, oh my gosh. I think I replayed it like 4 times.
So what was your question, Calvin?
So do you think that they're going to continue with the Marvel series with Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Miss Marvel? Or do you think that Miss Marvel's going to get in season 2?
I would love a season 2 with Miss Marvel. I really would.
I don't see them continuing it though, because Marvel take properties and give them their own stage. For better or for worse, it may work, it may not. But I'd like to definitely see how they do it in a grander scale, like they did with Civil War. Which I've gotten in debates about people about Civil War. Okay, if they had followed that storyline, there'd have been a lot more movies. I assure you had a lot more team and hero introductions, but they went safe. I'm sorry. I've been saying this for years. They went safe.
Yeah. I can see Miss Marvel getting a season 2 just because ratings and demographics.
It's actually
hitting a certain demographic area. And at the same time, you're gonna roll with the fact that you have a very marketable I hate to call her this. She's the Barney that before everybody hated Barney. If that makes sense. Lovable, marketable, and safe. And like to Navy Montel's point, if it's safe, it's marketable. If it's risky, it's gonna be a one-off. And right now, she's safe. She's adorable. She's cuddly. She's a Disney kid. At that point, just bring back the Mickey Mouse Club and 11 other people and 3 black kids. You're fine.
I'm sorry. No. No, I'm sorry. It's just when you said the Mickey Mouse Club, and I had to I'm going to get Candy B for this one. She shared a post.
Oh, boy.
And the post had the folding chair at the top, and it had Mickey Mouse at the bottom saying, Toodles, this is a tool that we can use later.
I'm about to look that up.
It's a special tool that we're going to be using later.
Yes. And the way when I read it, I busted out laughing, and I had to call her. I said, you know what? I hate you. I hate you because I was at work when it happened. And, and I was just like, Toodles. And I just busted out laughing. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, there's I would like to see Miss Marvel with a season 2. I want to see how Marvel's plays out, like where they go from there, because I understand that what we got in Secret Invasion spills over into the Marvels along with WandaVision, because it's a continuation of these character stories, So, as you've seen at the end of WandaVision, we get Monica. She's going up to what's it called? Saber. It's Saber, right?
She's on Saber, right?
They call it Saber. So she's going to Saber. Ms. Marvel, you've seen what happened at the end of her show when Carol shows up in her place. So it's a continuation of those storylines. I would love for Ms. Marvel to get a season 2. honestly, it was just, it's one of those shows that I was never disappointed with one episode. It was fun just watching her geek out and plan and just think on her feet and just kind of be in the moment. It was just one of those things you just like to be in the moment of watching this character play. So
it also gives them a little bit more of a foothold in the Asian market too. Because nobody's talking about that part of the world or has ever made it a central part of a storyline.
Yeah, they actually put some historical facts in there.
Yes,
yeah, you know,
and that was cool.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I like that.
Cool. And never I never knew. I never knew.
Where's Tony Baker when you need? I never knew.
Patrick.
Patrick.
That's why I wish he covered that because I was needing a Kirkpatrick on that video.
Oh, it's coming. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming. So we're going to take a quick little break. We're going to come back with our guest, Calvin, from Icarus Metro Comics. We're going to talk about his characters, his Kickstarter, him showing up at BlerdCon and DreamCon, his experiences, all of that, you know. But we got a message from one of our sponsors. I think. Let's find out.
Hey, DJ, that is not the anthem from my active branch of military. Play the right track.
What's happening? Welcome to this press briefing for the nigga Navy. It has come to my attention that a battle that shall ever be recorded in history as the Alabama Beatdown occurred a few hundred o'clocks ago, where some terribly tan terrorists were thwarted in their attempts to attack one of our servicemen by our other servicemen who ran, jumped, and even swam into action, thus denying all enemy advances and defeating all stereotypes in the process. Any questions? Yeah.
Why are you dressed like that?
The nigga Navy observes casual dress code at all hours outside of active duty and calls to action. Y'all called me off the couch for this, you get called off the couch. Look. You there.
What charges will they be facing?
Ugh, those savages, super predators if you will, shall all be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Was that ass whooping punishment enough? Probably. Did they eat more punches than an extra in an Ip Man movie? Most definitely. But can't let things like this slide. We have to set a precedent, and they must be made an example out of.
I meant your guys.
Oh, hell no. All nigga Navy members involved will have their bails paid, charges dropped, be given a Medal of Honor, early access to their pension plans, and free housing of their choice.
You don't think that sounds unfair?
No, I think it sounds very American. Now, if you excuse me, Gear 5 just dropped, and I need to go see that before Twitter spoils it for me. Nigga Navy, out. DJ, play that outro for me. When you step up to them hoes, what they gon' do? Shit. What they gon' do? Shit. What they gon' do? Shit.
Remember, all I'm offering is the
beats, baby.
And here we go.
Yeah, welcome back to Fast Money, y'all. We getting ready to finish up the game here. Now your teammate done scored enough points. I think you just need to get one answer right to win. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, name a podcast. Blerd's Eyeview. Who should have won that Oscar? Angela Bassett. Who did win the Oscar? Don't give a damn. Name a cartoon. Ed, Edd n Eddy. Name a guest from question 1. Carl Jones. Alright, that did it. Congratulations, you won the game. Hellspawn cosplay. Now, we only need a one name. Hieroglyphics. You can stop now. Josh Evans. Chase Bowling. Josh Brown. Y'all cut the commercial. He gonna be on this for a while.
Blerd's Eyeview. Be sure to peep the podcast on all platforms, or stream every episode on Always Press Record TV. APR TV now downloadable on Amazon and Roku. APR TV, the power of podcasting in the palm of your hand. Get it today.
That boy, there's something wrong with that boy. I'm telling you.
He's genius. He's genius.
It takes genius to recognize genius, and that's why.
Yes,
the team.
So why am I here? Oh my God.
we have our guest Calvin Chambers here to talk about his comics, Icarus Metro Comics. You've been doing a little movement like ourselves lately. You know, you've been at DreamCon, you've been at BlerdCon, and let's talk about your stuff. Let's talk about your Kickstarter and everything that you got going.
He can't hear you.
What happened?
I don't know.
The audio. Something happened to audio.
Calvin, no, we just got you here. No,
We just got you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Truck again.
Did it blink out on him?
Look in the chat.
Oh, he can't hear he can't hear the audio. Oh, it must be on his hand. Jump out, and then come back in. And I'll bring you back in.
Not the Elmo.
Not the Elmo. Good Lord.
You did something. I know you did. What did you do?
Don't make me pull Jar Jar Binks out in here.
You are awesome.
Jesus.
I will pull Jar Jar out here quick.
Yeah.
Lisa not know what's going on here.
Oh my God! Wait. No.
Wait till he comes back in.
Hey, consider. Go.
These are not pretty ladies.
I love to hug them and squeeze them and kiss them. and a bunch of other stuff.
I can do that, but I can't hold that note long without my throat starting to itch.
Listen. And
all right, can you hear us now?
Yay!
Perfect. Here it is. All right.
Perfect.
Let's start it over again. We got Calvin Chambers here with Icarus Metro Comics. He's been on the tour like ourselves. He's been at DreamCon. He's been at BlerdCon. He's here to talk about some of this dope artwork that he's got. Tell the people what you got going on.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Calvin Chambers, creator of Icarus Metro Comics. We created this studio, Icarus Metro Comics, to be able to create not only comic books and graphic novels, but manga, but animation, short films, and so on. My goal as a writer and my goal as the manager of this production team is to basically create different stories for people to just be enlightened by. I want to create stories with messages. I want to create stories that allow you to sit at the edge of your seat. I want to create sci-fi, cyberpunk, paranormal, and a lot of just action. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. I grew up watching, Naruto. I grew up watching Justice League, Batman animated series, Batman Beyond, and a lot of those stories just inspired me. So when I found out that someone like me can create my own stories, I took a jump at it, and I wanted to create long-lasting stories that will be read and enjoyed years after I'm gone. So here we go.
I was checking out your stuff before, and the animation game you got going on.
Yes. So we're working. Little by little, though. Little by little. I'll tell you one thing with animation. I really have a lot of respect for the people who's doing animation, not only in the US with like the animated 3D, but just, the 2D people who are like really putting that time in, because animation, even getting an animation going is very difficult, and it does take a long time to get done.
It's expensive.
It's super expensive too.
It's expensive.
That was just a flavor of what he does, because that was a Simone Stone freefall. I gotta say though, it looks clean.
That's a pretty bitch you got right there. What's going on? I need to see some more.
So the thing is, so let me tell you the history of that clip. So basically, I wanted to do something to like launch Icarus Metro Comics, right? And that was for the intro video for our first Kickstarter. So I started working with that guy, Osart Animations, and they're based out in Spain. And, he, just like us, he wanted to create like-minded stories. He's working on his own projects. But when I talked to him about my project and what I was working on, he offered his services, and, we basically brought this to life. Now, it was expensive getting, this 60-second clip, because there was actually a bunch of different clips that I put together to create the full Kickstarter trailer. Because originally, when I first heard that One Punch Man, it took them like $1.25 million to make that first season. I was just like, yeah.
I don't have $25 million.
I was like, yeah,
that's.
But I do feel like if you network with the right people, if you show people your vision, and if you just have patience, you put the time in little by little, you can definitely do anything you put your mind to. And it's crazy because, I've been to BlerdCon, I've been to DreamCon, I've been to Boston Comics in Color, I've been to Great Philadelphia Comic Con, New York Comic Con, just a whole bunch of different cons across the East Coast. But I didn't really think that I was ready to do like the animation yet. And I guess now that I'm seeing everybody doing their thing, I see people put out small projects. And so I told myself, I was like, you know what? This DreamCon, this past DreamCon, I was like, you know what, by next year, I'm gonna have a little pilot, or at least a little short, so people can just.
I want to show this minute clip that you have on one of your sites because I fell in love with it. I'm just like
the one on the website.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the full clip. That's the full.
Yeah,
clip.
that's the full. And when I say, I'm like, oh God, I need stuff like this in my life. I do. I don't want people questioning me about it. But I'm gonna play this right here.
That was phenomenal. Okay. That was
yes.
phenomenal.
All right, Mr.
Yes,
sir.
That's what's up.
The dance moves were giving me Samurai Champloo vibes all day long.
Nah, it was giving me Jujutsu
So
Kaisen at the end.
That too.
At the outro of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
So my thing is, so those are the characters from my flagship title, Icarus Metro. It's so funny. I mean, I really appreciate that. You guys have got me stunned over here.
Look at you smile. I love it.
You cheese it hard, bro.
This is what we do.
Right.
This is what we do. We provide this platform for people like ourselves, POC creatives, because when they have dope work, they need to be seen. They need to have it shown. They need to be supported. Because we don't have the type of stories that we want. We're starting to get there. Yeah, we're definitely getting there. We're getting those stories that we want to see. We're getting these fresh perspectives, these fresh new characters. It's not under the thumb of other companies. It's ours. People like yourself, people like Carl Jones and Love Jones, people 9B Collective. They're out here putting work in, and people don't know, like, well, who are these and
where do they come from?
Where do they come from? And like, we want more of that. We want Ace Blade. We want Wingless. We want Concrete Comedy. We want these people to succeed, and show these dope ass gifts that they have. So we appreciate seeing stuff like this. When that animation clip, and that's like 1:08, and I'm just like, not only do I want to watch the animation, I want a soundtrack.
Yes.
So it's funny. My friend who was actually helping me with my booth at BlerdCon, he actually did the music for it. So we, me and him used to do music. So that was like the start of my writing career. And we used to produce beats together, and that was one of the beats that he made for that animation clip.
Nice. Look at networking. Look at y'all make a way.
Yeah, so, little by little.
Hey.
So I want to ask you,
okay,
before we get more into your characters and stuff, how was your experience at BlerdCon, and then how was your experience at DreamCon?
Okay, so BlerdCon this year, I had a different experience than I had last year. Last year, I went to BlerdCon. I was on a panel for fantasy authors, and it was a good experience. I was only there for Sunday. It was just like a one-day thing. But it was definitely worthwhile. I got to see what BlerdCon had to offer. Because I heard one, it was hard to get into BlerdCon, and then two, it was more. It was actually my first con that was like all black. So it was good seeing everybody there. I think Orlando Jones was the special guest there that year. And then this year I got to BlerdCon as a vendor, and I mean it was beautiful. I mean, I sold out on a couple books, which was great. Got to meet a lot of new people, meet a lot of new faces, network a lot. Saw a lot of similar faces of people that I've seen at different conventions. And I'm gonna be honest, it was like a college reunion. I saw a lot of people from college. Not me, I went to HBCU, I went to Hampton University.
Yes, sir. 757. Let's go.
I'm saying, so
804 Virginia Union.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
So I had to represent, and a lot of people came out to support, and it was definitely just a beautiful thing, So BlerdCon definitely gonna try to come back next year. DreamCon, year 2 at DreamCon too. So went to DreamCon last year as a vendor, amazing. Like again, sold out a couple books this year. Didn't sell out, but we sold a lot. Let's just say that, because we actually came there this year with some streetwear. Because I wanted to, this year I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to evolve a little bit, because not only do I have ideas for books, but I also have ideas for clothing. I want people to look good while reading.
Multifaceted.
Exactly, and I also want people to be able to feel okay, feel accepted, walking around wearing pop culture clothing. I know streetwear is the quote unquote in right now. But let's just say for me, maybe 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't. You had to wear our Naruto shirts or our One Piece shirts or Dragon Ball Z stuff just at home or around our family. We couldn't wear it in school. We couldn't wear it in public, just because we didn't want people to see us, or me didn't want a cute girl to see me, wearing that stuff in public. But now it's more accepting, and now it's different. And I want, but there are still people who are fearful. I have little cousins who, have that side to them, but they're not open with, expressing that because of fear of what other people may think, because they just don't know. Right. So I want to be able to, provide, some type of platform for people to just wear and just feel accepting. Like, okay, yeah, it could be cool, but it still have some pop culture stuff on it. So I want to provide that with my stories too. So that was this year's reveal, something that we're going to be doing from now on alongside the comics as clothing.
See, and that's what I love about this camp, this circle that we're in of Blerddom. That now we're at the stage we don't care.
Yeah,
we don't, because we all in the same boat. We not the riverboat, but we're all in the same boat.
Well, or yes we are. Or yes we are.
Well, we're not the same pontoon. We in the same riverboat, not the same pontoon.
Okay.
But but we generally don't people that know me. I go to work wearing a graphic tee, and I work in a hospital, and no one bats an eye. They just that's Chris. That's his thing. I'm a big guy. They also know don't try it. I don't.
Same.
Don't try it. And so this is an everyday thing for me. I love what I love. And I dare you to tell me otherwise. I've had people say, well, comics is this, and I would, the first thing I pull out my holster, X-Men. Analogy for racism, analogy for bigotry, and also I'm you thought I was just reading comics just to be reading comics. No, it's
my big explorations.
Yeah, so that's the and to shut people down. I'm like, oh no, this is a different type of dude. Yes, and I'm not the only one. So to have these people and to have this next generation, the generation before us to some degree, accept who they are. Shout out to people like Hellspawn Cosplay for Blerd and Powerful. Fly that flag. Use this platform to talk about what you love and dare somebody to say otherwise. We are legion. You know, so at best,
Resistance is futile.
resistance is definitely futile. So let's talk about. So let's talk about some of the characters you have for Icarus Metro. Some of the ones we've obviously seen in that animation. But how did it come about?
Okay, so the girl that you had saw flying, Simone Stone, she was actually co-created by me and my little sister. So my sister, she's actually made in her image. I said to her, I had these other characters put together. I was actually working on my first project that I'm actually turning into a light novel called Juice Paranormal Adventures. You can actually read a little bit of it in a manga format on Webtoons. But I was creating Icarus Metro as like a comic version in a future state of what happens inside this webtoon. Like, you know, like modern day times, because that's actually in the past. And I said, hey, you know, I wouldn't mind if I had some character ideas that, you know, you wanted within this story. And she gave me some characters. So we created, you know, Simone Stone. We created the villain, the Icarus one called Proxy. We created Jews. We created Cross, Viscosity, Matches, Catalyst, you know, Net. There's some people with different powers, all paranormal based. With me personally, with these stories, I don't really use the word superhero because I kind of like the idea of these people, you know, protecting people, but also not trying to be responsible for cleanup, you know? You know, because, you know, I mean, they're regular people. They're not, you know, they might destroy a building trying to take this villain down, you know, stop him from killing people, but they don't have the money to clean things up. They're working a tech job that, you know? So I created these characters with a little bit of reality, with a little bit of personality from some people I know, but also, you know, personalities that I think would fit their character and the storylines that I have for some of these characters.
Nonfiction says there used to be a stigma about it for us, but it's definitely more accepted now, probably thanks to the anime explosion over the years. Because yes, Black people love some anime.
Yep,
we love anime.
One of the things you notice about the explosion, that's because when Black folk, we deep dive in anything. If it's a story worth discussing, you can go online now. You can see all of these deep dives and these analysis about characters and how this worked with this and this dynamic with this one. I was like, you know what? I only see Black folk doing this. And now it's making everybody else look bad because we're using our intellect and our analytical sense and our passion to show why we love what we love. It's like, yeah, you got this one. And they're like, well, we've never been like that. That's because you've taken it for granted.
Yeah, it's actually a springboard for us.
Yeah,
it's like you get introduced into anime, and you fall down a rabbit hole of watching all these different types of anime. And you have different categories of anime that you watch, and you find yourself, you know, then you get to the stage of like, but now I need to see me. You know, so then you have people like Creative World Theory, who does his Broken Beat anime series. You know, you have people like Midnight Comics, who's getting into the game. You have yourself, you know, so you're starting to see I don't want to say it's a shift, but it's a shift. It's a shift in the dynamic of saying, okay, yeah, we're watching Naruto, we're watching Dragon Ball, we're watching One Piece, we're watching Jujutsu Kaisen and everything. Now we're starting to want to do, you know, you're seeing stuff like Carl Jones. You're seeing people create these narratives, these stories that have our faces. You know, like you said, you know, Simone Stone is based off your little sister. You know, you want to see that. You know, Broken Beat anime series literally has my niece as a new character coming up. You know, so shout out to Essence. Essence, I know you watching.
Just embarrassed if
she knows I love her. She's my play niece, but I watched that girl grow up. So it's fun and it's invigorating and it's a breath of fresh air when we have people like yourself have content because we're hungry for it.
Yep.
And especially in a time where there's a literal strike going on.
Yeah.
Man.
And the consumption, you know, why everybody is running around with their hair on fire, you know, our camps are like, that's good, but we got this over here. You know, we got this the whole, even when that stuff comes back, we still got this over here, you know, even when people and even when the movies were playing or, you know, prior to the strike, perfect example, you had the Flash and the Blackening, and people were saying, support the Blackening, support it. You know, and they were like, oh, it didn't make that much money. I said, the movie cost $5 million to make. It made $15 million back. That's support.
Yeah.
You know, and for a movie of its caliber, that's damn good.
It's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
That doesn't make buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say that doesn't make. Look at Renfield, for example. That doesn't make buck.
Yeah.
Because it was bad, but aside from that, yeah.
So, you know,
I actually liked it, but
yeah, it has funny moments. I like it.
It's all right. It's all right. It's not the Blackening though. That's what.
It's definitely not the Blackening.
Never.
It's definitely not the Blackening.
Never.
Oh my god. Yeah. So seeing stuff like that, nonfiction says my goodness. He watched so many different types of anime now.
I was the same way. My first one was Fist of the North Star. My first anime was Fist of the North Star.
Oh wow!
Come on now. Sci-fi was my gateway getting into it. That one weekend out of the entire year where you could just stay in front of your TV and watch every OVA known to man: Princess Mononoke, Fist of the North Star, Castle Cagliostro, Spirited Away. Come on,
Castle Cagliostro. Wow!
I have mine on loop. I got the DVD in my Xbox now, and I know the dialogue from beginning to end.
That's my comfort one.
Oh man, I forgot about that one.
What about World's Strongest? That's
World's Strongest,
sir.
Look, I was up late nights watching Lupin the Third, just watching Lupin the
I've
Third.
heard of that at least. I'll say some of these I haven't even heard of, but I've heard about that one.
Right there, that whole crew: Jigen, Fujiko, Goemon, even Zenigata's crazy ass. I'm just, come on now.
It's just, but see, that's the thing. We didn't know. We just liked what we liked, you know, and so but it opened this whole new world. Like, even my son, he's 30 now, and he's like, I remember him being 11 years old. Dad, I want to stay up and watch Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm like, kid, you got to go to school in the morning. Don't tell your mother.
Sir, the dark tournament was everything. The dark tournament was everything.
Yeah. Then he wakes up. Why are you so tired, Sean? I don't know why that boy's so tired.
I had a bad dream.
That's you on your own, kid.
You gotta learn to pace yourself. Nobody says stay up and watch all of them. Yeah. I'm like, what you do? Watch Yu Yu Hakusho, then he's watching the Big O. And I'm like, dude, you were supposed to watch one show. You like,
oh my gosh.
Chris.
Goodness. All you get is nothing but flashbacks of a simpler time just sitting there. Outlaw Star. Come on, man.
That's another one. Outlaw Star, another one, yeah.
Was robbed of having more than one season. I swear to God. I'm so mad they didn't get more than one season.
Yeah,
so
Blue Sea.
Oh my gosh. Yo, Blue Sea, man. See, y'all might have to break bread at Blerd next year having this conversation. That's all I gotta say, bro.
Hey, you know,
this is what we do. This is what we do. So I'm gonna show one of your webtoons, which is Juice that you mentioned earlier.
Yes. So this was like the start of everything. So this right here was like the first idea that I had. And, you know, you can see that these are some of the characters, like this is the first iteration of some of the characters from Icarus Metro. So I'm actually like redoing everything right now. So I'm working with an editor right now on the light novel for this. It's going to be a thick book. But you can see that some of the characters basically stem from this, and you're going to see a lot more of this character going forward. She's actually the character in the animation that was using lightning.
In this, how old is this?
This, I came out with this 2016, 2017. Okay. But the issue with this was that
I like the way this is looking, though.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a consistent artist, so that was my issue.
That's always kind of the thing.
That was the issue. That was definitely
that's always kind of the thing is finding the artistry, whether it's in manga form or animation form. Is you find your tribe. Water finds its way is what it is, and that's what I can enjoy about this genre. Like it's much like Blerd. There's room at the table for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's the same when it comes to animation. It's like, look, you'd be surprised. Like, and this was year 2 for me for BlerdCon, but I'd always followed everybody, and going there and realizing that, yeah, I'm home. Like,
yep, I'm
home. Like, I was a step away looking at my wife. I said, we need to move to the DMV area, like right now. Let's go. And I was just that close. She's like, why? I'm like, I can't really explain that, but seeing people like yourself putting out content like this, and it's readily available. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they're, I'm not gonna lie to you. The stories that we're getting from yourself and Carl Jones and Ace Blade and Wingless and Concrete and God, it's a gob other Veil, Terminus Veil. Mm-hmm. They're better than what we get in the mainstream.
Man,
they're just better. I literally just read an article about they're over in Marvel. They're doing another restart, and I'm like, stop restarting characters that I like reading about. I don't want you to restart. After you do 20 issues, you're like, all right, we're doing a fresh new take. Why? You're only 20 issues in.
You know what's crazy about that? I mean, I just saw something about they're doing some type of werewolf howling commandos.
Yeah.
Type of story. See, that's why I never I used to read like the actual novel X-Men books.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I used to read Nightwing, I read Guardians of the Galaxy, and I read Batman, but that was about it. In terms of like the comic landscape, I was just straight manga reader. Like, I just read every single manga. I used to go to the library, pick up 20 books, read them all in like 2 hours, drop them off 2 days later, pick up another 20 books, and just keep going with the manga. Because I just couldn't find a good point to jump in for the comics.
Yeah.
They were always restarting, different timelines, different universes.
Like, where do you start?
Yeah, where do you start? Like
I never did.
I gotta read
because of that.
I gotta read 50 versions of
Spider-Man,
Justice League or Spider-Man to understand Iron Man and Blue Beetle. Like, what I have to do. So,
right. Yeah. And I, during the 90s, that was a hard pill to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
That implosion was real. It was real. Like, I mean, Spider-Man did have like 7 freaking titles at one point. 7. X-Men was somewhere around 5 or 6, and then the Infinity Gauntlet popped up, and that was a whole nother issue. So just seeing that type of I get what you're saying. We're trying to find that jump on point. Like, where do I get in at? And then, like, if you're starting something from number 1, is it really number 1 when you're just continuing a story?
Right.
Over at DC, I think, was it Action Comics? They're high in numbers. Like, I don't even think they restarted yet in Action Comics. They just we're like 1,015.
Yeah, they're still going. Still going.
And it was like, I would rather you do that and just have, all right, we're telling a new story arc. Here's a new writer, but this is like issue 900.
Yeah, like it's okay to tell a new stories. You can make your character have growth and show them with a new personality because of the previous arc. Like, just do that. You don't have to show 18 different arcs or 18 side stories that mean nothing to whatever you consider to be the main story. I'm annoyed. Like, as a reader, I love to read comics. I can't tell you the last time I bought an X-Men, well, except for recently, because it's been good.
X-Men's is good. X-Men's
bought one. But before this arc in the last 2 or 3 months, I don't got that kind of space, room, or bandwidth in my head. Yeah. Even if I was in high school, who? For who?
They don't plan the way they used to. They've adapted the manga style of filler.
Yeah.
They pretty much said they didn't let their arc run the length of the actual production. So what they have done, they give you filler. That gives them enough time to pass.
It's not filler if you have 6 different iterations of the same character. That's not filler. I don't know what to call that.
But that's giving them time to come up with the next story. I hate that. I would rather get a full story, and then if you get a break just to catch up, I get a break. There's other things I could read. But but the way they look at it, because we are in that time of, if you don't keep the reader's constant attention, they're gonna go somewhere else. So that's why you get different stories that just make no sense.
But you do. But that is when you feed your other comics. That's when you feed your other characters. Okay, Superman is taking a break. Let's go over to Harley. Y'all like Harley? Here, we got this. Okay, all right. Harley needs to take a break. Let's go into Batman. All right. Spider-Man is sick. He's down and out. He's another clone or some shit. Now let's go over to
Superman or
something.
Completely and utterly logical, but they won't do it.
Yeah.
What you speak, Kira, is complete logical sense.
It would save them so much money. The writers wouldn't have burnout. You wouldn't have to worry about putting out bullshit. I'm in like Marvel. I have the divorce papers signed. All I have to do is get them delivered to you. I am ready to call it quits.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If it wasn't for them still, I'm not gonna lie to you. If it still wasn't for them doing Black Panther comics, I would just go straight graphic novels. I would go straight graphic novels.
It's actually interesting y'all say that.
He about to pull it out.
Oh damn!
He about to pull it out.
Even the lady on the tapestry is giving the side eye. What the heck? She giving you a side eye. Big time over there.
I just went to the store the other day, and I just saw that they just put out this new Black Panther.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, let me see what this is about. Yeah, I didn't read it yet.
Yeah,
let me get another Captain Marvel.
See,
Magneto.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wait,
you got some powerhouses. You got some powerhouses on deck. I'm telling you now.
I was interested. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm a student at heart. You know what I mean? If I'm creating comics, I gotta know what else is out there.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta know what else. Now, I'm not saying that they're competition, because I'm not competing with anybody. I'm doing it for the love of myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I also got to see what type of stories are being put out there. Because I don't want to go out there and put a story out there that's similar to what Marvel's putting out, or similar to what another person's putting out. Because then we go through the cycle of the same stories, the same literature over and over again. What can I do that is different? I've been creating stories since I was little, and it's crazy because I'm a tech guy, and I just haven't been using that aspect of creativity that I was blessed with as a kid. But ever since I just started writing, I was just like, hey, let me sit here, let me think, let me figure out, okay, what needs aren't met for certain demographics while I'm out there. That's why I love, when I went to BlerdCon, it's funny because, I had 3 titles. I had the first pre-release of my Kickstarter that's coming out August 14th called Ani Hunter. I had Icarus Metro 1 and 2. And some people asked, these are cool, but do you have any love stories? Do you have any stories about elves? Do you have any?
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. The Fae.
I was
the Fae is major. The Fae is major.
Yeah, I was like, I don't, but maybe I could do some incorporation later on. Maybe I could think of something. So let's hope that goes down the pipeline. But it does. Like, that's one of the reasons why I love going to conventions, because it gets me in touch with the fan bases of people who may be interested in certain projects that, I necessarily can't think of. Because I know, although I am writing for myself to release my creativity, I'm also writing to put smiles on people's faces.
I like that. Yeah. If you are watching the Kickstarter to join up to show some support to Icarus Metro Comics is on the screen right now. Be sure to check that out. You can also catch him over on IG at Icarus Metro Comics on IG. Can you stick around with us? We got a special little thing we do.
That got me for the night.
It's not hostage. It's not hostage. It's not hostage. Make it clear.
You're asking of your own free will if you would like to join us.
Right.
It is a very scary name.
Blink twice if you're safe. This is one of the things. Oh my god! So
she's still giving you that side eye though.
I'm gonna put that link in the description as well. Before we go to break, we got another commercial. We do around here.
Hey,
what people are enjoying us for. So, until we get what Kira is looking for, this is what you're gonna deal with.
This just in.
Feeling groggy in the morning? Coffee just can't give you that pep in the step that you're looking for? Try Pop Starts for that great get up and go that adults need. Pop Starts has the vitamin and nutrients that only grown-ups can partake in, and with flavors such as tossed salad and scrambled eggs, and Jack Daniels and Bud Light flavors to start your day or end it. There's nothing better to wake up to unless you count that depressing cubicle job. Well, anyway, try Pop Starts today. Pop Starts is not part of the Kellogg's Corporation. Pop Starts could give you diarrhea. Pop Starts are not found in your local grocery store.
I was eating. What commercial? Hi there. This is a commercial break. This is your reminder to peep the podcast on all platforms and drop them a follow. And these are some more popular episodes that you can go ahead and check out after this one. Okay, I think I've bought them enough time for whatever they're doing behind me. Cut it, Chris. Going back to my damn sandwich.
Going back to my damn sandwich.
Tafari keeps us working. So he had to pop out for a second. So we have been seeing a lot of villains been brought to the live screen, right? Some good, some bad. Some we could have done without, right? So between DC and Marvel, we have several villains that I'm gonna list off. Tell me if you think, and if you have a person in mind of who they could play. We're playing a little different here. As far as he said, the connect at cons is overlooked. It truly is. The connections at cons is crucial. Very crucial. Instead, folks are upset they didn't get to do a meet and greet. It's fine if that's what you're going for, but you're missing out. It's the equivalent of going to see if you're going to go see Michael Jackson or Prince at the concert, you're not going to have your phone out.
Pretty much.
You're there in the moment. Like you don't want to just be recording yourself. No, you're in the moment. There's a reason why Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart make sure y'all lock y'all's phones up. Y'all supposed to be there enjoying the moment. And it's fine if you want to do a meet and greet. He's right. It's fine you want to do a meet and greet, but don't make that the main goal.
You miss
because you miss everything.
So much more.
Or you get rained on like at that Beyonce concert.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, it's a blessing.
That was deja vu right there. Now you got pneumonia.
So I'll start with some DC villains. Do you think they do well in a live action? And who do you think could play it?
None of them, because they're DC here. They're DC villains.
Damn.
I said what I said. I live in Virginia. Come at me.
The double down was real.
Hold on, baby.
Holding chair and all, like come at me.
It's all to come at me. So this person we've seen Eclipso. If you watch Stargirl, we actually seen Eclipso on Stargirl. Not a bad showing, different. Not a bad showing, but could you see him on the big screen?
If they do him correctly, I mean, literally coming from the comics with the mythos of Eclipso, because everybody that Eclipso Touched, those stories were fire because they had a conflict within them.
Yeah.
It's like being on the inside, seeing something happening, but you can't control it. But everybody see, oh yeah, you're perfectly fine. If you did not see, if you ever get a chance to read any of the Eclipso stories, I tell you that would be an amazing villain, honestly.
Yes.
Him and Starro.
What do you think? What do you think, Alvin?
So I didn't see Stargirl.
Okay, that's fine.
You're not alone.
You ain't missed much. Trust me.
The thing is, man, I used to love, like, my favorite show. One of my favorite shows, Arrow.
Okay.
Right? Love the whole Arrowverse and stuff like that. But I got fed up after DC Legends of Tomorrow got canceled. I got extremely fed up. Like
the one show that actually made you giggle.
Yeah,
got
man,
rid of it.
It was hilarious. Donald Faison got introduced at the last episode.
I was so mad. I was just like, I'll take him as Booster Gold, of course.
Exactly. I was so invested. I got a picture on my wall with me with the whole cast of Arrow at Heroes and Villains Fan Fest. Like, I was so invested within the whole series. In college, I used to just be like, I used to eat my dinners like 20 minutes. I gotta go back. Right? I gotta see Flash. I gotta see Legends. I gotta see Supergirl. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see all those shows, and then it just get canceled. I'm like, yo, these could have lasted forever, and it could have been the standard for DC TV because, I mean, we're still going with Superman and Lois. You know, ain't nothing wrong with Superman and Lois.
Come on,
you know. I mean,
it really isn't. It really isn't. It's a
pretty
solid show, actually.
Exactly. So how is Superman and Lois such good quality, but the quality sunk for Supergirl? You know what I mean? Why did you cancel Legends when people are still watching it? You know what I mean? Now I do want to talk about like CW marketing because because I go on rants about this because like I feel like everybody just didn't watch it but then just waited for it to go on Netflix and the same thing with All American. Like we didn't watch it on CW. We waited until it came on Netflix. You know, like and Netflix. Love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do create some good content. You know what I mean? You did kick me off from password sharing. You know,
bastard.
But I do feel like you dropped the ball with like because you know they focus on original content right now. You could have easily just said, "Hey, DC, we want to partner with you and pick up these shows because people are still watching them." You know what I mean? They're doing good. We want to pick up All American. We want to pick up Legends. We want to pick up this and then do some type of partnership because I mean, you know, DC by itself, they're killing the animation game. Harley Quinn.
That's
hands down. I just started and I finished it within like 2 weeks. Like amazing.
I mean, you had a lot of jaw dropping moments for watching that show.
Jaw dropping, laughing moments, just chuckling. I'm like, I need more. Give me like. You know, give me
I mean, nothing beats watching Bruce Wayne have broken legs and still try to be Batman. You know,
this man's DJing in Blackgate. Like, like what is this show? You know what I mean?
So that's cool. Yeah. Who do you think could play Eclipso if you?
That's hard because I can. Oh goodness. Well, I think the first thing I think we could do is let's break from the bounds of race.
Yeah, because he's white skinned, not white skinned.
Exactly.
If that makes sense. So yeah, let's.
And there's such a mysticism with how he's able to do it. So okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Go ahead. I got one. Go ahead, Navy.
I would love to see Donnie Young.
Ooh.
Okay.
let's see Donnie Yen do it, because that boy can act in any capacity. He can come off as a villain without being a villain. You know, he can be charismatic and still be an asshole. You want to see what he's going to say, and he's doing. It's almost like watching Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
Mr. Rose.
Yeah, because who's actually hated Lex anyway? Like,
that's true.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, except for Jesse Eisenberg. But anyway.
Damn.
That wasn't my choice.
Riddlin base Lex Luthor?
I said it.
That wasn't my
Below
choice.
the belt, and that's the belt.
Lex Luthor on Riddlin.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was. Hey, was I wrong?
No, you're not.
I was saying, who was the guy? I can't remember the actor. Damn it. I had it on the tip of my tongue. The guy who played the Master in Doctor Who, and I cannot think of his name to save my life right now.
Oh.
The
guy from
I know you're talking about.
Oh.
Hold on.
I can't think of his name, but he was the Master around the time of Matt Smith and David Tennant.
Yeah, but
He was that actor. And I cannot think of his name.
He wasn't in Game of Thrones. You're gonna make me look it up, because even though I don't know what you're talking about as far as the comics, DC, I know that actor.
John Sim.
Thank you. That's him.
Okay.
Yep. John Sim.
It's John
Yes.
Sim. It's John Sim. When you said it, I was just like, if he says 10 or 11, it's John Sim.
Yeah, that guy, that I think he could do Eclipso. If you can play a maniacal guy who makes sense to the point to where you can trick people and at the same time it can be violent but really not show your violence, Eclipso.
And he did it so well.
I loved him as the Master. That was a wild time for him.
Mm-hmm.
That dynamic between him and Matt Smith, or not Matt Smith, well, yeah, Matt Smith,
Yeah,
between David Tennant,
yeah.
Who in itself is nothing to cough at either. They're like,
right.
Dude. So
Also, David Tennant could probably play Eclipso, really.
If you're watching him play Crowley on Good Omens,
he could do
it.
He's smooth. He's like smooth evil too.
Yeah.
He's smooth evil.
He's like, that's okay. Do it. It's fine. You know what? He's right. He's right.
It's not as bad as you think it is, and that's coming from a demon.
Yeah. Oh, what's gonna happen now? What do you think, Ibar? What do you think, lady?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know the character.
Oh, Eclipse.
So I knew who Will was talking about. So I was like, okay, I can at least look him up.
Mm-hmm.
But the character you guys talking about, I don't know.
Not okay.
No,
Yay, I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
Hard pass.
My curse of being a lifelong comic fan. And
I think because he's like stuck in my head, you know, because Eclipso always gave me Green Goblin vibes. He just, but it was always Willem Dafoe Green Goblin vibes.
Yeah.
You know, it just when you see that speech he gives Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, as crazy as you are,
you
ain't exactly wrong. You know, so yeah. And I agree. David Tennant would probably be great in that role. But just seeing him as the Purple Man and Jessica Jones was something crazy.
Yeah, that was good too.
I'm like, dude, this is so creepy.
Yeah.
So we've seen, I don't really count this dude as a villain. We're at the age now that this dude doesn't really strike me as villain. It just strikes me as saying, I got to do things a certain way that you ain't going to like. It just don't fit your narrative. And that is Magneto.
Magneto
no argument here.
I mean, especially after what just recently happened with Charles Xavier and the X-Men.
Magneto right now is like
Chuck is soft. Chuck needs to be relieved of duty.
He's always been soft, Kira.
No,
he's always been soft.
He's soft like toddler thighs. Soft.
You fed them into the wood chipper. Like literally, you fed them into the wood chipper.
To the point to where Magneto pleaded with him.
No.
He pleaded like
Charles, please. You fool.
He says, especially that part, all you're going to wind up doing is dooming your own kind to save a kind that will not save you.
Repeatedly, like
now.
on paper. It's not. Let me stop before I get passionate.
Yeah, it's
it's
true.
Before you get passionate. You already there.
It's so true. It's so true that he just is like, damn it, Charles, you won't listen. Like you see,
I'm mad you sound like him.
Storm is off to the side, like, you know what? This is why I keep going back to Wakanda. This is bullshit. I don't want to. I go back to Wakanda or I go back to Harlem. When I say I need time off, Queen Storm is a full-on adopter of PTO. She's like,
wow. So I got into a conversation with someone about Magneto and Charles Xavier at one point. They say, name two people that you compare them to that would make sense. I said, that's simple. Felix Unger and Oscar Madison.
Instantly.
Dang, that was right off the hip.
Yeah, because if you think about it, they need each other, but they're two totally different people. And in their own mind, what they're doing makes sense. But they're trying to convince the other, and there's no reception. Meanwhile, there's this big old mess being created in the middle of everything that they're trying to do.
Yes. Yeah,
So-
as far as says, the older I get as a black man, the more I turn a blind eye to Magneto. I ain't seen it.
No, now that is true.
I mean, even Storm
Look
did it.
no
She was
further than
like-
last
like-
weekend.
It's just
that
part. I mean, it's that whole part of what he said. It's almost like that. It's almost. I predict the fall of the X-Men is going to be your undoing, and not to spoil anything, but
here we are. Here we are.
Magneto from his prison. I was right the whole.
Exactly. This is one that we were robbed of Sinestro. Obviously, Mark Strong's Sinestro. It looked like it was going to be building up to something good because he actually played the hell out that role.
Yeah, that was the only thing redeeming about the movie.
Yeah, but Atrocitus.
I said what I said.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. Green Lantern was a travesty.
Yeah, but Atrocitus.
Oh, I forgot he was in that.
Oh my gosh, yo!
I forgot he was in that. It was so bad.
Oh
wow.
gosh,
He
yo,
was actually good.
Atrocitus.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I completely forgot about him.
Yeah.
Yo,
Let's talk about Atrocitus.
Ooh.
Welder of the red, green, or the red lantern.
Red Ring, yeah. Red Ring of Rage.
The Red Ring of Rage. To the fact, even you got a cat, which that origin story, damn.
Messed up.
I'm just like, that's it. It's a
heck. How many characters in DC became Red Lantern? Supergirl, Superwoman became a Red Lantern, and she was just a hot mess of that thing. You just couldn't forget it.
I see Atrocitus obviously a little more CGI than anything, but who could voice, and this is my opinion, someone who could voice Atrocitus?
Samoa Joe.
Ooh, damn.
Nice. And I
was gonna say Keith David, but shit.
No,
I wouldn't even go in that route.
Good.
Samoa Joe, yeah, I can see that.
Samoa Joe.
What you got, Lady Mandalore?
I don't know who y'all talking about on either end.
Samoa Joe is a pro wrestler.
Be lost, however.
I will say what.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe is a pro wrestler, and I'm a big fan of his. But the one thing, if you ever get a chance to watch his promos, he is one of the most well-spoken, well-thinking pro wrestlers out here. When you hear his promos, this man speaks, and he has that type of baritone voice that would fit Atrocitus.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. He's playing Sweet Tooth in the
right now.
Metal.
Yeah, and Twisted Metal. He's Sweet Tooth.
That's that I can that now that you say I was gonna say Keith David, but now that you say that.
Vomiting, burning blood, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
eat. Or Ron Perlman.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
A more solemn talking Atrocitus. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So I just heard vomiting and burning, and all I could hear was like gravel. All I could hear is this gravelly
All you
voice,
gotta do is
and
play
that's
his
Ron
character.
Perlman in my head.
All Ron Perlman has to do is play his character from Sons of Anarchy. That's basically Atrocious.
Yeah.
That's basically
Look,
what
after
that's
what
what you gotta do.
after
Okay,
he's
Vaughn,
after
I
what
want
he
your
said to
Thanos
after he
with
what
an
he said to
attitude,
Bob
okay?
after what he said to Bob Iger, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I don't think this is the guy you want to mess with right here.
Points to Ron immediately.
There's other ways. There's other ways, Bob. There's other ways. I'm
There's
like,
other ways. So I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Hey Bob, what's your favorite fruit? Apple. Okay, gotcha.
So there's so much talk about this character, and I liked his look from the Chris Evans Fantastic Four, but that was it, and that's Dr. Doom. It was actually the closest they had gotten to modernizing it, and his faceplate, the way he looked.
Yeah.
It was a little too. I was missing an accent. He was a little too smooth because Julian McMahon is who played him.
Yeah.
And I was like, all I kept seeing was Nip Tuck. That's all I kept seeing. I'm like, you just took Nip Tuck and you put it over here.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Yeah, Julian McMahon was that man has just done a lot. He was on Charmed and he's done Nip Tuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, you got the look where you can play the vain part of it, but I need the accent. I need the anger.
I think he could have pulled that off if they didn't restrict him in how he could do it. I felt like the whole production, they were just staying so
campy.
Yeah, so narrow-minded.
I think, and even though Tim Story does do some great stuff, but it's just it's better than that other one we got.
We don't talk about that one.
And I'll watch the Chris Evans version. Yeah, I'll watch the Chris Evans version.
You don't want to.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. I'll watch the Chris Evans version all day long because it's the relationship between Storm and Ben, hilarious. Spot
That's
on.
like in the comics.
Spot on.
But you had the right person for the Thing. You had Michael Chiklis as the Thing, and that was perfect.
Like you had the elements. All those elements were there. It was so, and it was fine. The first one was fine. That second one, you still had those elements, but you really dropped the. We were accepting, I guess you could say, until you drop that ball. You drop that ball on the Galactus wrong, and I'm like, you son of a bitch! God damn it. You know. So, who do you think could play Dr. Doom now?
Giancarlo Esposito.
I mean, you can put him in anything, dude.
We heard a wave from over there.
Kira spoke about 2 rooms over. What'd you say, Kira?
If I hear something flush, I'm gonna laugh my ass.
Lord,
I am a lady.
She's a lady.
I am a lady.
You're also a Mandalore. Don't get that. Don't do that.
I mean, I don't give a shit, but still.
Precisely.
Well, okay. If not Giancarlo Esposito, Mads Mikkelsen.
Ooh,
Mads
okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. Yeah,
That's a good choice.
End of discussion.
Yes.
Yeah, easy.
Yes.
Every time he pops up, I find it very hard to believe. I'm like, I doubt you're the good guy.
It's
That's a
impossible.
fact. That's a fact. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Like it's hard to.
Rogue One, sort of.
Yeah, it was just like you see in Rogue One, you've seen the error of your ways. That's what it was. But other than that, you're just like, you were working with the Empire, man.
He does have the look. He does have the accent, and he's got the right height.
And he's definitely got the acting chops too. His flexibility with characterization is spot on.
Yeah.
And he's a nerd. I found out he's a nerd. He's actually a nerd.
Yeah, he is.
He's a huge. He's a huge nerd.
What was you gonna say, Calvin?
I want to say Adam Driver.
Okay.
See, I was thinking about him for Magneto.
The only way
I could take him for Doom before any. I mean, Mads Mikkelsen is like my top choice.
Yeah, because I want to see Doom being played for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's someone that can, have that role playing Doom. I mean, if they want to expand on him playing Kylo Ren, they could, but you know, he has some options.
Okay, fair enough.
Plus, the bigger cast young for Fantastic Four, you know,
you're wanting to see that. You're wanting to see the actual progression as he goes along.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So here's another group that I think we've only gotten one of, and it was a funny portrayal of them, but the Rogues.
Ooh. Is it bad that TV already has the best choices for the Rogues Gallery, though?
We really did have some of the best choices for the Rogues,
especially for Captain Cold and Heatwave. I can't think of.
I loved that relationship.
Yeah, there's no one that can touch them because they did an amazing job on that one.
God, I love their relationship. I was just like, Jesus. And here's the thing: they are the villains who have a code. No killing of heroes, no killing women or children.
Pretty much.
They're just in it to rob the bank, rob the museum, get paid.
Although what they did to Impulse, though,
that's a different story.
He had it coming. Impulse had it coming for what he did.
They have the Rogues Gallery for Flash is very eccentric, very dangerous. But you're right. Captain Cold and Heatwave from Legends and from Flash, probably the best duo I've seen. And they play well off each other. They just do.
Prison Break.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was trying so hard to remember that show.
So
I'm old.
Those two put to the side. I have yet to see Mirror Master played well. Even though I seen him, even on the Flash, I'm like, y'all didn't really.
I don't think the Trickster really got.
He never really got it either.
He didn't get a decent jump either.
No, Trickster didn't get a decent jump. Mirror Master, Weather Wizard probably, and
even to a point, Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, I was gonna say their version of Captain Boomerang. He was a little too sleek and suave.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, I like that I'm like, it's like you went with it, but then you didn't go all the way with it.
Yeah.
You know, so and that was on the television and the movie. On the movie, at least he was a lovable oaf. I was kind of shocked when they took him out, but I still can't believe I lost that bet. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
you went for the gold. You went for the gold on that one. But if we were to see, we'll say Mirror Master. Let's start off with Mirror Master. Who could play Mirror Master now in a live action? Yeah, we got to find a Flash first.
That's not a wrong statement.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So, are we looking at Mirror Master for a one-off, or are we looking for someone who will be
ongoing?
He could be an ongoing because I can actually see Mirror Master being kind of I don't want to say klutzy at first, but realizing like the Spotty is for Across the Spider-Verse. Realizing like, oh no, I can do a lot more. You know, when you hear like, oh, I can pop up in the reflection. I was like, no, that's any reflection. You can react a little differently.
Dang it, I don't remember his name.
What did he play?
The guy who played Rooster's son in Top Gun Maverick.
The one that was in Fantastic Four?
Thank you. Huh?
The one that was in Fantastic Four?
Yeah, that's him. The movie don't talk about.
Okay.
The movie don't talk about. That's the guy I'm talking about. Yeah.
Miles Teller.
I would give him a bigger role than Mirror Master.
The Mirror Master?
Who are you thinking?
I give him a bigger role. Miles Teller, I'll give him like a
Weather Wizard, maybe? No.
I'll give him like a bigger role.
Trickster would be somebody that's comical, but at the same time he's psychotic. And unfortunately, outside of Mark Hamill, we ain't got too many of those left.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like Adam Devine's comedy, but he could be a trickster if he just
he could do it if you amp him up a little bit.
You're right.
If you
right.
amp him,
yeah, I can see him do that. Yeah. I just seen the Outlaws, so I can see him. Yeah,
the gemstones, the righteous gemstones,
the righteous gemstones. So back in Marvel, we have Annihilus. Pull that up real quick.
That's the X-Men villain.
No, he's more
he's
of
a Fantastic Four villain.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four than anything else.
I call him the man with the Tylenol on his chest.
Yeah, he can. He's more like overwhelmingly over. He uses a lot of his army as cannon fodder. Let's put it that way.
You are not wrong.
He's done like to the point where they thought Johnny Storm died in battle.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, you ever play them games and you like wave 1 and then you get wave 2 and then wave 3. He hits them in waves. It's like, oh no, that wasn't the army. It's more. It's more. And, and he keeps amping it up.
I keep getting Littlefinger vibes every time I read his bio.
Yes.
I'm sorry. The guys, what's his name? Aidan Gillian. That's the guy with Littlefinger in Game of Thrones. Every time I read Annihilus, I'm like, this dude is just Littlefinger in the negative zone. It basically is.
Damn negative zone. There's always a problem over there. Stay the hell out of there. Nothing good is coming out of the negative zone.
It's the negative zone. It's what screams welcome.
Where did you find this at, Reed? The negative zone? Put it back. You don't need it. Clayface. With the exception of Alan Tudyk, who's doing a fantastic job on Harley Quinn.
Damn, I was gonna say just a melted counter to Elta Beauty.
But I'm sorry, it's just I think of Alan Tudyk's Clayface on Harley Quinn, and they're talking about the episode where they're talking about robbing the tech company.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Should I play this? Oh, I'm playing the secretary." And he's like, "Should I play her straight?" I'm like, "I'm imagining her as a divorced mom of 2." And I'm like, Harley's like, "I don't give a shit. Just distract the security guard." Then they do it. They do the job, and then she's like, "All right, we gotta go." And he was like, "Oh well, Bob's gonna be very upset when I don't show up to dinner on Tuesday night." I'm like, "What?"
Dang! Outside of the original character for Matt Hagen voicing him.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's always funny that the original's name was Basil Carlo.
Mm-hmm.
The name Basil was always named Basil.
Basil always sounds like a guy you shouldn't trust with your car.
Basil Raspberry.
Who's fixing your car, Basil? Oh hell! Told you take it to Dante. Told you, Dante under the tree, bro.
Basil sounds like the warranty about to be violated.
Yes. So, if we're going Clayface.
Somebody brush voice.
Yeah, I think someone who could give up David Harbour.
Yep.
Okay.
I can see Officer Stranger Things doing it.
Yeah, David Harbour. I had to think about somebody. He's actually getting a little bulkier now.
Mm-hmm.
Come off a little agitated, like the struggling actor.
Yeah.
And I kind of see that. I can see.
Yeah,
that.
I go with that because I can't think of anybody else that could really fit Clayface outside. I mean, no, I got nothing. I got another place.
I mean, he doesn't have to be big, right? He doesn't start off like.
No, he doesn't start off. I mean, he doesn't start off big. Just
his form is always.
I think his vocal talents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously Clayface is going to be big, but
dude from Breaking Bad, honestly.
Bryan Cranston?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Heisenberg is Clayface.
Yeah. With hair.
Just Batman. Say my name, Batman.
I mean, if you're going for the thespian type of dude, like that's who comes to mind, and he is kind of small.
Yeah. I mean, he has played bad guys before.
I can see it
very well.
Oh, we got Calvin.
All right. So my iPad is dying where I'm on with you guys.
No.
I will have to step out a little early.
That's fine.
He
says it's so disappointing moment, man. That's fine. Yo,
but I do before I do have some time. I do want to offer one of these actor choices, and I want your honest opinion because it's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and we've never seen it live action. But I think it's overdue. We almost got it once, but Christopher Nolan said, "Hey, I'm done with superhero movies." Who would you pick for Nightwing?
Oh, you are a very evil man. I tell you right now,
something that's so controversial yet so brave?
Damn.
And that and good night, everybody. That's a good question.
Well, before we let you go, everybody, the Kickstarter for Calvin's campaign for Icarus Metro Comics is in the chat, so you can go ahead and follow that up and check him out. It's on the YouTube page, it's on the Twitch channel, so you can see it. Have fun with that. You can also follow him, and I'm gonna go ahead and put your IG one up there as well. Pull that up. You can follow him over at IG. Give him some love. You better give him some love. You're listening to us. You're watching us, right? Right? Yeah, I hope so.
I'm manifesting Calvin to come to San Diego Comic-Con. I want him to have a table at San Diego Comic-Con with all them great creators.
So you can follow my man over at Icarus Metro Comics on IG, and you can check out the Kickstarter as well. Go show you love. Oni Hunter won a monster hunting origin story. Just the animation alone that we've seen here, and the music. Go show you. Go to those pages, man. Go ahead and go to those pages. One thing I've noticed about the Kickstarters, especially in the Blerd circle, they tend to be successful. They really end up being successful because once again it's content we're looking for. It's content we want. The next step is get it out there to the people to see it. That's the next step. So all right, Calvin, we want to let you go. We don't want your stuff to die out on us.
No, I'm sorry.
But hey, this door is always open for you, man. Always open. So
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me on.
We gotta play the ribs waiting for you at the door. So don't forget to grab them on the way out the door.
You don't gotta tell me twice. You about that, man.
Put them collars in that bowl for this boy, okay?
Yeah, you don't like it touching his cornbread. It doesn't say.
Hey, it's been a while since I had some good authentic cornbread. But I definitely appreciate y'all. It was good meeting everybody. Good, pin some names, some faces, and I've definitely seen some of y'all around.
Yeah.
But we
get it. We're getting around. Let's put it there. We're getting around.
I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea.
But it's been a pleasure, and I hope y'all have a blessed night. All right.
You too, man.
You too, man.
Take it easy.
See you later.
So the people we have left, we got Galactus.
Wow, thanks. You make it sound like we just like the last of the last, like the people we got left.
I really want us to come back to this Nightwing subject.
I was I
actually knew that was gonna happen. He dropped that bomb and ran.
Threw the tear gas in the room and closed the door. Like, have fun with that one.
I'm mad that we never got a conclusion to that.
Because we threw out a lot of names. Didn't we throw like Stephen Yeun, Ben Barnes? Didn't we throw out Dylan O'Brien? I think we threw out like 5 other people I can't name right now. We had a list.
If you say Nightwing, Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a young Jared Padalecki.
We threw that name out too.
Okay. I can see Jared doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, because Jensen Ackles is currently voicing Batman. So
oh yeah, it's true.
It worked a little bit.
Yeah, they always work.
That would be actually, that would actually be.
That would actually
not thought about that.
That accidentally be in the booth and said, like, Sam, I mean,
All you hear is that one line from Wayward Sons that's like, that sounds familiar. You too? just smile at each other like, yo, bro.
That sounds real familiar. Yeah.
Or just see a broke down Impala somewhere. Like they should have took better care of
that part.
You know what's funny is when you hear Wayward Son, it's like hearing In the End and Hotel California. Everybody who hears it automatically starts singing it. It doesn't matter whether you just kind of know the words, like no, Hotel California, lovely place.
Yep. Shoot, be like me. You used to sing along with it as you're driving. It's like, wait a minute, this dude was high when he died.
Yo, year one of BlerdCon, they had we had initially started setting up the arcade atrium with the big video games. We actually had Rock Band in the corner, and they were playing In the End by Linkin Park. Now, what a lot of people don't know, and I still have the video somewhere, is that was on the bottom floor. I was up on the second floor above the lobby. You could hear it all the way up to the top. Everybody was singing it. It was the most amazing thing ever. And I said, this is going to be fucking amazing, because that right there showed that everybody was on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When you have that, any type of music you have will bring bring people together. I mean, when there a video of a guy in Central Park singing Living on a Prayer, and everybody
I started singing it.
Yeah.
I was like, if this is not a Guardians of the Galaxy moment, like if all I need is I don't need radio had to start playing all of a sudden, because I don't feel like crying tonight.
Jesus.
Oh goodness.
So
I definitely started singing with that thing.
Yeah. I think for the last two, we're gonna go. So Galactus is gonna be for Marvel. Obviously, voice.
I can only think of one person.
Morgan Freeman.
Mr. Silver Throat himself. That's all I can see.
Keith David.
Between him and Morgan Freeman, I'm like, you want that three guys in a room is gonna give you the narration of a lifetime kind of feel to it. And Galactus has to have that feel.
Yeah.
Oh, he passed. Oh, damn.
Yeah. You say so Keith David for Galactus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or someone of that, or Dennis Haysbert. I mean, every time I hear Allstate, I'm like, I've never heard a woman complain about.
Wow.
Nope, no.
Won't.
If you want to go Silver Boys, if you guys want to go Silver Boys, let's go back to the man who made Vader the daddy of so many people, James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones, I can see that too.
Because everyone's going,
Vader's my daddy.
You know that was a black man, right? You know that. You know that, Mildred. You know that, right? You know that.
Mildred. My surfer, where is my bride?
Where are you, my surfer?
Oh God. I used to always joke about I didn't want to be James Earl Jones' son, because if you messed up, Jesus.
Look, when Prince Hakeem messed up, I'm like, dude, you messed up.
I saw him in Claudine. I know exactly how that'll turn out. I saw Claudine.
So this is an interesting pick. This one is a very interesting pick, and I actually want to see that live action. Hush.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
John Hamm.
You got that.
I would say John Hamm.
Yeah.
That role is made for John Hamm.
Yeah. I would definitely say John Hamm.
Yeah.
John Hamm is Tommy Elliott, Bruce Wayne's closest friend.
I can see that. Just the fact, the same build, kind of the same features as Batman, same build as Batman, but
same upbringing.
Yeah. Just enough Mad Men to be Hush. I'm good with that. Mad Men.
I saw what you did there.
This is why I like my friends.
So it's interesting. Yeah, I can see John Hamm doing that one. Yeah.
Can I ask a question of everybody too? I'm along the same vein as Chris. Name a superhero that you feel should be a super villain.
The Jedi.
I mean, in some think so. Then
some cases that are.
Aren't they not the enemy? Just
as we get older, they're just like, y'all ain't right. Y'all, we just gonna walk the gray line right here.
In the Sith, we don't have a rule on relationships.
Like, no, exactly. Like you can train me, but then turn around. I can't turn my back on you.
Go to this planet, train, and look me in my eye the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you don't hear a whole thing about it, as long as you don't hear Darth Plagueis the Wise story being told, you're good.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why Luke went to that planet. He shouldn't have been messing up like that. It was because the Jedi fucked up, and he knew he couldn't become a Sith. He couldn't find that balance. Man.
Although in Revenge of the Sith, I could just see Sidious going up to him and saying, "This is not what I meant about using your dreams to tell the future." It's called ask questions first.
Should have been more like Leia. Leia was just like, I'm good. I don't need this.
No, I'm straight. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing.
I'm good. Leia was literally like, nah, I'm good. I'll train to learn to use the stuff, but I don't need to be. I
ain't going to church. I'm not going to church every day. No, I'm good.
When the time calls for it, if I have to use a lightsaber, okay. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
And I gotta give up dick too. No,
nah. Like I break rules. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
Did you see
I know y'all
do whatever I want.
Looking at me.
Right.
I tried so hard. It got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Well, David, to go to your question, I can't really say that because we've already seen strides of one. I was going to say Hulk.
Yeah.
But we've already seen that story with World War Hulk, and now Immortal Hulk is doing the same thing. So they already have him going dark side.
I'm going to say Charles.
He's always been that way.
I'm going to say Charles, but
you're not wrong. But you're not wrong. A pacifist to the end. He will never raise a hand against humanity, except for that one what if story that I wish they continued.
Oh wow, yeah.
Where Charles was like F humanity and decided to basically impose his will upon the entire world.
Yeah, that's when Magneto was like, that is not what I meant. I'm not mad at it.
I need that to be
Plutonian without
Magneto was the voice of reason, where he literally sat there and told Charles, "This is not what I meant about oppressing humans, as humans are being used as slaves." Magneto was the voice of reason.
But Magneto's always been the voice of reason.
Just went a little too far.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna separate this bridge from the rest of this city over here.
Yeah,
we can have this. No, that's not too much. Okay. I'm gonna have an asteroid out in space, so y'all ain't got to mess with us no more. What? No, that's too much.
Actually,
we gonna go and terraform a whole planet that y'all can't even use. So y'all ain't got to mess with us right now. Is that good enough? That's good enough. That's good enough. You sons of bitches ain't nothing.
Actually, I got another one, but I think Chris, you're gonna be mad if I say it.
What's that?
Fury could be a villain.
Oh fuck yeah.
Never mind. I was
listen, you have Sam L doing Fury.
Which Fury? We talking about the white one or the black one?
Both. Oh, really? The if you're talking comics, the white one definitely.
The white one, because basically where he is, he's literally in the Watcher's tower on the moon with his abilities.
Only a select few know he's alive.
Mm-hmm.
Only a select few. Like everybody else thinks he's dead.
Watcher just said, "I'm done." Watcher clocked out like he was off shift.
Yeah. White Fury is definitely, he could be villain too. He's a spy.
Mm-hmm.
It's either him or Hank Pym. One or two.
Oh, definitely Hank Pym.
Hank Pym could definitely
on
be
a bad day. Yeah, on a bad day. Yeah, Hank.
Nah, no.
I mean, he was in What If on the Disney What If.
Yeah.
Now, Will and Chris will know about this character. I'm not sure about Lainey and Kira, but Metamorpho.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of him. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll know him soon. You'll know him soon.
You'll know him.
Metamorpho. Dude, not only he was just stuck on the wrong end. He embodies every bit of elements, all the elements in the world, and he looks horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
So everything involving racism and prejudice, man, forget it.
But he did come to that one realization. He sat there and scared the crap out of the Justice League when he said it. when he sat there and said the only way the world can be saved is through subjugation.
Oh yeah.
And Superman gave him that side eye, like, are we about to have to detain your ass? That look Superman gave was like, we're not about to do that.
That's Metamorpho.
Mm-hmm.
I know him.
Yeah,
he is one of my favorites, but he has gotten such a rotten. His whole story is like, bro, he wants to do the right thing, but people keep seeing him as a freak, like he's on the level of Bizarro, and he's not. And it's like, what are you doing?
And Steady Moore tries to win favor and comes. He is basically the Spider-Man of DC.
Yeah,
he's
Rex Mason tries too. He tries so hard. Good grief.
And he's being played by this guy.
Oh yes,
that guy. And I remember him on Gotham. He is awesome.
Yeah, I love him and Barry.
As Mr. Zsasz. Oh my god,
he was.
Yes,
he
was. Yes.
He was in Gotham as Victor Zsasz. He was in Flash. I can't remember the villain he played in Flash, but I was just like, dude, you just doing all the villains now?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Plays it well.
So
that man gets the word.
I'm waiting.
Darwin. Darwin would definitely be a villain.
Yeah. Especially after they did what they did to him in First Class, I would be too. Shit.
I mean, a man that can't die. Yeah, he would be a villain.
He was in the season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I need to go back and watch that.
Mm-hmm. I think that's gonna come back in some form. I think
just not the full length form. You're thinking?
Yeah.
You think some of the characters, or you think the show?
Both. I think they're gonna try to. I actually think they're gonna try to bring some characters and sprinkle them in and see how people react.
I'm all for Daisy and Quake showing back up.
Yeah,
I
agree.
She keeps booking shows elsewhere. Every time there's some kind of an opening for them to maybe think about reopening Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., she gets booked on some other show. So I don't think
I haven't seen her since.
I don't.
I mean, I didn't say you would, but she just.
What Kira's saying is the girl is collecting checks, and you have to catch her. You gonna have to catch her first.
So I'm for it, but I guess we're wrapping this story up. Look, we're on the 2 hour mark. Look at that shit. Tune in Thursday, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, blerds and nerds and all you people in between and all that great stuff. Let's start this thing off like we normally do. Let's get our sign-offs going. There we are. And boom, there we go.
How are you? This is
She's so ready. She's so ready now. She's like,
her whole face changed when she knew it.
I'm a professional. I am Lady Mandalore. You can find me on the Instagrams. You can find me on Fanbase. You can find me on Spill as Roomful of Blerds. I can also be found on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live with my own little podcast of the same name down below. You can also find me on the first Saturdays of every month on Fanbase in my audio chat room. We talk about all kinds of stuff. Everybody is welcome. Anybody, everybody, everywhere. And I can also be found on TikTok as Child of Mandalore because I have a podcast of the same name where I talk about the history of Mandalore up until now.
Sidebar, it was rumored that Chloe Bennett met with Feige last summer. Yep. It was rumored, but rumors is just that. It's just talk. It's just talk. It's just talk. Lady Mandalore. Now she's not a fan of One Piece.
You ain't short. Wow. I know somebody. Wow.
It's a new
but I would be remiss if I didn't show a quick scene from the opening of Gear 5. I ain't no good.
Riveting. Riveting. Best drama I have seen on these internets in a long time.
Shout out to the Avengers of Montgomery, Alabama. The Bama Brawl, the Riverboat Beat Down, the Fade in the Water, Fades Giving, whatever you want to call it.
The
starting lineup showed up. That's why.
Yep. The memes have been magnificent.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to do one myself. Me and Master Roshi's gonna have to let's get a folding chair. I'm gonna do it.
Hey.
Oh,
hey.
Drums of liberation.
Yep, Joy Boy has returned. Let's go. Drums of liberation.
No, like normally we don't do talks like that, but let's just be honest. That made us feel damn good. It's not a racial thing, but it is.
But for one moment in time.
But it
and
was
yet
a
it
moment.
is.
Yeah.
And
for a
yet,
moment in time, we all heard the thing.
Here's the thing. You felt entitled, and you found out. FAFO is what you found.
Oh yeah, hashtag
Didn't I feel the chair is my avatar at work. Just so folks will say something. I wish you would say something about my chair avatar.
I'm gonna tell you, I am the only black guy that works in. I'm the only black person that works in my job, and everybody was asking me, "Am I okay?" I said, "I'm just fine." They got the shit beat out of them like they're supposed to.
If anything, are y'all okay?
As you, Norfolk, so I'm worried actually about that question. Are you okay? That you okay? That Virginia you okay is different. Different.
You all right?
I'm peachy. I had ice cream. Oh, yeah.
That's you just smile. You smile like nothing's wrong, but give them the Joker smile.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Tell them what you're about, lady.
What's up, y'all? My name is Lainey. I am Geek by Heart. Me and my husband run Geek by Heart on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube where we talk about horror, we talk about movies, we do trailer reviews, we have fun. You can find us on IG, you can find us on TikTok. You can also find Jay. He is now playing through the God of War series. He is up to God of War 3. Then he's going to do God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. He streams every week on Saturdays, 10 to 12 on, 12 to 2 or 12 to 3, depending how he's feeling on YouTube. So again, check us out. And I'm going to sign off with follow your dreams, because you can never be too old to follow your dreams.
All of that. Hold on. This is for you, Navy. Safari said they asking because they trying to make sure they ain't next.
There aren't any folding chairs around them, so they're lucky.
Go in there with a hat. Go in there with a hat and just act like you're taking it off and just see how far they scatter.
Look, I was gonna have Cinematic Assassin, but I forgot he was taking the week off. I was gonna have him like he's always got a cap. I was like, don't take the cap off.
Phoenix.
And then you blow it up. It's another story.
Any black person makes a hand movement toward a hat for the next couple of weeks will have white folks shook.
But they won't even think about it until it happens again. They're not gonna realize that. We will.
Yeah,
but they won't.
It's gonna be the moment like, strap up.
Let's go.
What's getting ready to happen? Just follow lead. Just follow.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it's your frosty bearded blowdercorn here. A little short because I had a job interview. That way it's going to be back to its long, luxurious form eventually. Okay. Thank y'all. You can find me on Instagram and X under Davey Montel. That is so damn trashy. I swear. I tweeted on X. It's like, what the hell?
It's like that's a porn.
It just
right. You can find me. You can also now find me on Whatnot because I'm doing comic sales on Whatnot. So I've been enjoying that journey. That's been fantastic. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok under Rogue Catnip. And of course, I'm still with my partner, Miss Angie, part of the Blurdercorn Speaks podcast. We're going to come back from our hiatus. We're supposed to be back this week, but the internet company in this area is trash, and I was without internet the whole weekend. And of course, I'm with these lovely folks. So if you want your Blurdercorn merch, if you want to represent being a Blurdercorn like yours truly,
Go to my Instagram. Go check out my link. Go to my store. Support the support the movement.
Support our people. Support
us. Support us the same way we supported Aquaman.
Yep. Like not a moment, but a movement. Not a fad, but a lifestyle.
That's it. That is it. So much. That's what's up. I'm just tangled. The beauty of live. It's like I got ADHD over here all of a sudden. I'm like, what the hell?
I'm going to find that shirt head of the table. Find that shirt. Anyway, I am Black Spartan, otherwise known as Black Fox 447 on all socials. I can be found pretty much anywhere. I do have a couple of podcasts of my own. Of course, my political podcast is called How the Crap We Got Here every Wednesday and Saturday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Of course, my video game podcast called Get Bit, also every Friday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I can pretty much be found wherever podcasts, whether they're visual audio, can be found, including Opulence Radio and Always Record TV. I am one of the many heads of the blerdseyeview.org website. I actually do wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Shout out to Mr. Kennedy for that one. At the same time, guys, we are in a con season, I guess you can call it. I do have 3 simple rules. Rule number 1, first and foremost, please respect the cosplayer. It takes a lot of courage to dress up, to do your own fandom, and to go out into a crowd of strangers. Again, these are human beings, not your play toys, so treat them the same way you would like to be treated. Number 2, grooming. Please wash your ass. Please use deodorant. Please use mouthwash. Please use Colgate. Wash your ass, because all these things can be found in the travel size bin of a Dollar General store near you for $1.99. So if you cannot find $5 to put together to wash and clean your ass, please do not come to any of these cons. Third, and also before we get to the third rule, again, if you know somebody that's doing something different, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a con, whether it's a business, and you know that they're getting the word out, do your part. Share. Root for everybody black. I'm not saying monetary. Again, you can share. Sharing is free. But again, support them the same way you would support Beyonce if she knew you existed. And finally, the third rule, guys, is also the same thing I say at cons, the same thing I use for myself. Again, be nice. Be freaking nice. Be polite. These are people with the same love for cons and fandoms as you do. And again, network. Don't go there because you want to see some bros and repeat it 5 times in your TikTok. You know who you are. Aside from that, don't be a dick and we'll all be cool.
Hoping to be seen.
Lady was waiting for it.
You know it.
Hoping to be seen. What the hell? It's
watching TV in the background over here.
Just geez, what the butterscotch hell is going on? I am your host, the man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for tuning in and checking us out. We have fun like this in every show. We have dope guests every show. Well, not every show, but you know what I'm saying. If you like what you see, and I'm sure you do, be sure to give us a follow on the IG. Blerd's Eye View. Go to Blerd's Eye View. You can catch us there. You can find the link tree in the bio. I need to update that because I'm also on Spill and X. That sounds so dirty to say that, but whatever. You can also follow us on Blerd's Eye View Podcast on Facebook. That's kind of a down sloping thing, Facebook. So
yeah, just filthy.
You're gonna find us all on YouTube and Instagram anyway. You can also catch us on Twitch. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast. You can also catch us on Always Press Record. Where did you go so fast? There we are. Always Press Record TV on Roku and Amazon Fire. I need to move that button up. That's all. Beauty of life. You can always catch us on Always Press Record TV on Roku or Amazon Fire. You go to alwayspressrecord.com and you can catch all of our past episodes and great moments just like what you've seen here because we're live every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern and every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Otaku Noir, where you can get all your Blerd mystery box needs. Go to Otaku Noir and use Blerd's Eye View at the checkout for free shipping. Trust me, everything that they send you in that box, you will not be disappointed with.
That part.
You will. And if it's not for you, is definitely going to be for somebody you love, and you'll probably want to still keep it anyway.
And look out for our upcoming unboxings because we're gonna be doing those soon.
Big time, big time, big time.
I'm hyped. Let's go.
Big times. And like Tafari said, he's always the common Crip King. If they ask if you're okay, you're okay.
Yep,
If they ask if you're okay, that depends on if the PTO is approved.
Kind of feels like a stink meter moment. That depends upon you.
Right. Stink meter. What you gonna do? I'm sorry.
I think the boy was trying to get his PTO, but yeah, might want to give it to him now.
Oh my God. Until Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, you can check us out everywhere, including YouTube. Go show your love on the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And as always, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. Chris Fury with the crew. We back again to tear it up. And you never know what we got on docket. So you want to tune in for the lives and check us out. Till then, see you later.
Bye.